When you look up at the stars slowly rotating around the North Star, you are not just seeing stars. You are seeing the cosmic signature of spin, the same spin that powers quantum computers and shapes the geometry of space-time itself. In quantum physics, every qubit, the basic unit of quantum information, is represented by a vector that rotates on the surface of a sphere called the Bloch sphere. This is not just an idea, it is a real structure of geometry and motion. Qubits do not sit in one state, they spin between 0 and 1 in superposition. Their orientation on the sphere tells us everything: energy, probability, direction, and identity. These spins are not symbolic, they are light clocks rotating at exact angular frequencies. Now imagine the Bloch sphere on a cosmic scale. What we call the night sky is a reflection of those spinning light vectors. The North Star marks the axis, the stars circling it trace out angular rotations, just like spinning qubits in a quantum computer. Except this computer is the entire universe. What we see, the visible universe, is not the source, it is the shadow. It is the integral projection of spinning vectors entangled across qubits nested within nested layers. Each quantum state vector projects its interference onto space-time, shaping its geometry. At its heart is a dual description, a hidden field of black holes, each one composed of pure angular frequency. This is the information field where quantum state vectors spin at the speed of light. That spin is the fundamental source of energy. The projection of that spin, when entangled across space, creates the holographic screen we call reality. The singularity holds the spin, the event horizon holds the projection. Hawking radiation is the needle in the record player. It reads the encoded spin within the black hole field and projects it outward. The quantum of energy it delivers is the reduced Planck's constant multiplied by angular frequency. That projection, integrated across all spinning quantum state vectors, forms the energy you observe as mass times the speed of light squared. The holographic screen, the event horizon, is not just a surface, it is a mirror playing the song of the singularity. When we look at stars circling the North Star, we're seeing the integrated projection of the spin field. Each visible motion on the sky is a reflection of quantum light spinning beneath the surface. The orientation of each spinning qubit determines the probability of what we observe. If the vector aligns with the qubit's axis, we see a 1. If it is opposite, we see a 0. But most of the time, it is somewhere in between. That in between is probability. Probability is not a measure of our ignorance, it is the geometry of the spin itself. The closer the angle of a quantum state vector to the measurement axis, the higher the chance of a 1. The farther it tilts, the lower the probability. This is how shape becomes chance. It is also the root of the uncertainty principle. In quantum mechanics, the more precisely we measure one property like position, the less certain we become about its complementary property like momentum. But it is not a limitation of tools, it is a consequence of projection. Imagine projecting a spinning light vector onto one axis. You get a clear reading there, but at the cost of uncertainty on the perpendicular axis. The spin can only be known fully in one dimension at a time. This trade-off is not a flaw. It is the fabric of reality itself. This uncertainty is not random. It is structured. It emerges from the interference of spinning quantum state vectors across entangled qubits. So when you see the stars turning above you, you are seeing the curvature of probability itself, the geometry of spin encoded in light. Space-time is the memory of spin, and gravity is not a pull, but the constructive interference of probability over distance and time. Every orbit follows this geometry. Kepler's laws describe it. Einstein's tensors model its curvature, but behind them all is a hidden structure, the quantum state vector tensor field. Black holes encode memory. The singularity is a field of entangled spins. The event horizon is its mirror. What falls in is not lost. It is transformed, encoded in angular frequencies and projected outward through Hawking radiation. The interference of those spinning quantum states etches the image of the universe. The stars above are not fixed points, they are moving memory, entangled light in computation. The Earth is a spinning qubit. So is every planet, every moon, every galaxy. The entire universe is a coherent field of rotating probability. This is not metaphor. This is geometry, information, and motion unified as one.